backstage noble wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. After his leg operation at Central Hospital, Pop developed amnesia. Mary and Harry were at a loss to know what the connection between the two was. Dr. Stoll couldn't explain, and now it's several days later as Mary, Harry, and Calvin call on Pop in his room at the hotel. Hospital, are we here?
You know, it's hard to tell a hospital from a hotel these days.
Well, certainly by the bill, he could be staying at one of the best hotels there is around, Mary.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Poor Pop, not knowing who he is, doesn't know us. Even when they presented him with the bill, they say he just tore it up and threw it at the doctor.
Yes, but they had another copy of it for him.
Yeah.
And they'll have that when he leaves. Did you get a look at that bill?
No, I didn't. Does he know me, do you suppose?
Well, he didn't know either Mary or me last time we were here, Calvin.
People always said I had a face you couldn't forget.
Well, you haven't seen him, have you, since he came out of the ether?
No, I haven't. So it'll be interesting to see if he recognizes me. Of course, I'm his old buddy, too, you know.
Yes, I know. I think this is his room here, isn't it? 216?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, can we come in and see you, sir? We're, believe us, we're your friends.
It's Mary and me, Harry, and Calvin. Maybe you remembered who he is.
Do you remember our names?
No, I don't. I still have amnesia.
How do you know you have amnesia?
That's what the doctor told me I have.
Well, how do you remember that? Hey, let's go inside and see him.
Good point there, Calvin. Yes, Pop, it's Mary, Calvin, and me.
Hello there, Pop. How are you?
I don't believe I've had the pleasure. You're Mary?
Yes, this is our friend. This is Mary Backstage, her husband Harry Backstage. They're Broadway stars.
How do you do?
And I'm Calvin L. Hoogerman, their
You were
neighbor.
a Broadway star yourself, Pop, if you don't remember. A Broadway star?
Yes, sir, you were a tap dancer in the famous Broadway show Westchester Furioso. And I'm your friend, Calvin L. Hoogerman. Remember me?
All this about Westchester Furioso. I've never heard of anything like that.
Let me move over and stare at you now. Do you remember me?
No.
You don't
It's a
remember
face
me?
I'd remember if I ever had seen it before, I think.
That's what everybody says. They say they never forget my face.
Are they treating you well here, Pop? I don't know why you call me Pop. I'm not your father. That's what we call stage doorman.
You know, people used to say, I have a face that only a mother could love. And that only on payday. Oh.
Huh?
Yeah.
He said he had a face only a mother could love, and that only on payday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, well, let me see if I can jog your memories. You remember dancing on Broadway?
Dancing?
Do you remember? No, I guess you don't.
Remember when we went to the Lord Brandyshire's in England?
No, that was just a dream.
Oh, right.
How would you
Right,
remember
Mary.
that?
Of course it was.
Sure.
I don't know what you people want, but it's my nap time, and if there's nothing special, I'd like to just kind of...
Well, I brought you some hard-boiled egg and some nuts.
You brought the eggs and nuts?
Yes, sir.
Of all the things to bring somebody in the hospital.
Well, it's good. A nice hard-boiled egg will sit there. You can eat it when you want to, and you can peel the shell off.
You used to like hard-boiled eggs and nuts, Pop.
Yeah.
I did.
That was one of your favorites. We could always put that in your stocking at Christmas time. Hard-boiled eggs and nuts.
Well, you say so. Hand them over.
There you are. Good.
Now, if you'd all leave, I'd like to get a little bit of rest.
Does this TV work in your room?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Want to turn it on for you? Do you want to...
No, I can go to sleep without it.
This chap in the next bed, he has his back to us. Who is that, do you know?
No, I haven't been introduced to him yet.
What's his complaint?
He, been riding on trains too long or something.
Oh?
He's talking about trains and
Is that
making
so?
sounds like it's an express train.
But you mean to tell me you have no idea of your... He's gone to sleep. Let's tiptoe out. He's gone to sleep.
And so Pop drifts off to sleep. not recognizing either Mary, Harry, or Calvin. Be sure and join us on Monday when we'll hear Calvin say,
Wake up, wake up. It's us. You know who we are.
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, Word Car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. One of our last two episodes ended with Dr. Stoll's discovery that Pop, suffering from amnesia, was missing from his room at New York Central Hospital. Now, in Dr. Stoll's office, he and his assistant Chandler discuss the missing person.
What plans should we make, boy?
Well, I think first we should have all of the nurses on the various floors check in and see whether Pop may be on their floor or not.
Yeah, he could be hiding in one of the kitchens on the floor, boy.
He never impressed me as someone who would run away before the operation.
No, but you know, when you suffer from amnesia, boy, you're unaccountable.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, after that operation, he wasn't in much condition to run anyway, was he?
No, that's right, boy.
It's all Mary and Harry's fault for telling him that other stage doorman had taken over his role. I don't know why they did that.
I don't know why either, boy. But I went to the show last night, and this new guy's very good, boy.
That's what I thought. I saw him there a couple of nights ago, and I couldn't believe that was a stage doorman pressed into that dancing role there.
His name was Pop Sturdley, boy.
That's right,
That's a name to conjure with. You're going to hear a lot of him.
One of these days,
Boy.
Pop Beloved's memory is going to come back, and he's going to be quite upset.
Dr. Stoll, boy.
Yes, Chandler?
Have you ever had an amnesia case before? Boy.
Not that I can remember, but, you know, my memory's failing a little bit anyway.
I noticed that, boy. You're getting so forgetful. Leaving things in various places,
Where do
boy.
you suppose Pop could be now?
I don't know, boy.
And in the hospital recreation room, we see Pop Beloved as he prepares to play ping pong with Nurse Roothouse.
All
All right.
Back and forth.
Your serve, right?
We'll play table tennis or ping. Let's play ping pong, 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember who I was.
Yeah.
You tell me I'm Pop Beloved, but that doesn't help much.
No, amnesia is a very, very curious
I'll get it.
mental
I've got it.
problem. Yeah, you never know what you were before.
Whoop.
Okay.
Hey, good shot there, Roothouse. Now, that's good. I remembered your name.
That's curious.
I'll get it.
You know, you could have been almost anything.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you could have been a famous athlete, maybe, or you could have been a politician, a statesman. Who
I
knows?
suppose so.
You could have been a stage doorman, even, or something.
Well, I don't think I would have did that.
No.
Kind of,
Or even a bank robber.
bank robber. What made you say that, Nurse Roothouse?
You don't think that you're a...
Bank robber? Well, I have no recollection of it, but... Bank robber, huh? Bank robber. Excuse me, nurse. I've got things to do. And so Pop rushes away from the rec room at New York Central Hospital. And what are his immediate plans? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear him say, "This is the holdup. Everybody on the floor." That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, our episode takes place in the cashier's office of New York Central Hospital, the same hospital in which Pop Beloved is being treated for amnesia. And as our story opens, we see the cashier as a patient plans to check out.
All right, now this is your bill.
Yes.
If you have any questions, here, look over it now. If you have any questions, you take it up with...
You say you want a check for that right now?
I'd rather have cash.
Well, I don't have that amount of cash with me at the moment. This is quite a sizable amount, as you'll admit.
All right, well, I'll accept the check. We have your address, and we have your Social Security number here.
Yes.
All right.
All right. That's 1,000.
No, it's 11,000.
Oh, $11,727.85. And my signature, and there you are.
Let me just see this.
Well, I must say it's been a pleasant 3 days. I hope I won't be back here again soon.
Well, we hope not.
Well, good day, sir.
Now, is this your address here?
That's right.
All right.
11,727 Friendly Lane.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right, sir.
All right, let me through there.
Oh.
All right, cashier.
Yes, what can I do for you?
This is no toy gun I have here. It's a real revolver. I'd like to have all the money you have in your cashier's drawer.
Listen, I'm going to turn away, so I won't be able to identify you.
Good idea. Well, I can't even identify myself. I'm suffering from amnesia.
What do you want?
All I want is the money in that cashier's drawer. Every bit of it. Make it fast.
Well, I have this one check here for $11,727.
No, I don't want checks. I want cash. Don't you get cash from any of your customers?
Well, let's see. I keep some $50 here for soft
Give
drink
me that
machine.
pile of greenbacks with the elastic band around it.
All right.
How much is there, do you know?
No, I didn't have time to count it.
Well, let me count it. 5, 10, 15. Don't turn around.
I won't.
20.
You know, there's a TV
25.
camera taking a picture right up there in the
Oh,
corner. You
really?
know that?
Which way should I look?
Yeah. Turn the other way. Smile.
Okay. 35, 40, 45, 50, 100. You change the 10. I'd like smaller bills here if I could have them. Here's a 10. You give me 5 and 5 ones?
All right, there you are.
5 ones. Well, that should be enough. 87.50.
Excuse me, I want to push this button. It's right there.
Oh, yeah.
By your elbow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, now be sure you don't call anybody until I've been gone at least 5 minutes. I'll be in room 318. Buddy, how did I...
All right, okay. Put him up. Put him up.
What, me?
You just hold up this teller here.
Yeah, that's right.
He's the one here. Take him away, officer.
Yes, but what are you trying to do, arrest me for this?
Take you downtown, buddy. This is an offense.
And so, just as it seems as if Pop has pulled off a perfect job, the policeman summoned by the cashier arrives to arrest him. You ought to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Officer Kruger Jr. say,
I don't know where he went. He broke away from me, sir.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, Pop Beloved, suffering from amnesia, held up the cashier's office at New York Central Hospital. And it's moments later now, as our episode begins today, Pop counts the money he's been given, and we hear the cashier say,
Well, you'll find it's all there. It's everything we have in the cash drawer.
okay, now, just remind me, what did I want this for?
You didn't say. You just came in here and said this is a stick-up, everybody on the floor, and then you said, hand me over all the money in your cash drawer, and then I turned around so I couldn't identify you. That's why I'm still facing the other way.
Right. Okay, well, everything seems to be good. Then I'll just
But I'm
go back.
bearing down on your voice.
Oh, well, I'm going back to my room now.
Uh-huh.
And If you want me, it's 318. I think my memory is beginning to come back a little bit.
This is it, I guess.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, I guess so.
Just a minute, don't move.
Someone here sound the silent alarm.
Yes, I did. This fella here in the bathrobe tried to hold me. Well, he did hold me up. He took all the money out of the cash drawer. He made me hand it over to him.
Yeah, is that the money he's holding there in his hand?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is it. It's $318.
Better count it, Sam.
Right. I'll do that, Ralph R. Jr.
Don't move anybody.
200. 250.
You some kind of a nut
300.
trying to rob this
No, I'm
hospital?
suffering from amnesia.
That's no excuse.
300.
Under the law.
310. Yeah, it's all here all right. You better hold it for evidence, Ralph. Chester Hasbrook Frisbee, would you come over here a second and give us a word on the remainder of the week for the soap? You got today's all set, I'm sure.
Yes, I have, gentlemen.
We're speaking Mary Backstage, of course.
Yeah.
And yesterday we learned that Pop was suffering from amnesia, and it sounded like he was going to become a bank robber, or hold-up man.
Well, I don't want to give the story away, but he's going to have a bit of trouble now. He's going to hold up the cashier's office in the hospital.
No.
And then we're going to have the cast run through a identification file line down at police headquarters.
You mean like a lineup, like those things?
Yes, a lineup. And the eyewitness, the teller at the bank,
Yeah.
is going to identify not the guilty one, but
The wrong one?
Harry Backstage.
Oh, boy, hey.
And Harry will be on trial. I think that should take us through the middle of December.
Oh, I would think easily, yeah.
The only thing that's bothering now, I don't want to give him 5 to 10 or 15 to 20.
Well, that's a long way off. You can decide on the sentence when you get nearer that episode.
Well, as I say, it gives me a great sense of power when I write these stories.
No, but won't Harry be able to prove that he was innocent, that he was nowhere near the teller's office?
I haven't thought that part out yet, gentlemen.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. When we left our friends yesterday, attorney Roland Surrogate had just about decided to take Harry's case. And it's a few hours later now as Mary, Calvin, and Roland Surrogate appear at the jail for Harry's release.
Well, now, you say you've posted bond for Harry?
Yes, they were very kind and said they would go bail for your husband, Mrs. Backstage.
How much bail did they set for Harry, and the bail bondsman came through?
It was comparatively low. It was $250.
$250?
Yes. I was surprised.
For what he did?
Myself, well, he didn't do anything, Calvin.
Well, no, you'd know he didn't do it, but even so, well, that's wonderful.
Well,
that's a real bargain.
They took into account that he was well known, was on the stage and so forth, and so they were rather kind to him.
Well, I didn't know that bail bondsmen were ever very kind. I always thought that they were all business.
Well, I'm sure Harry will be glad to hear the good news. His trial won't come up until early in January.
$250 bail. Wow, that's almost at those prices you can't afford not to commit crime.
Yes. Now, I wonder if the officer would go and bring Harry from his cell. I'm sure he wants to see his wife Mary, his friend Calvin, and me as attorney.
Here he comes now. Look, he already has developed a pallor, a prison pallor.
Yes. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Attorney Surrogate.
Hi, Mary, Calvin.
Yes. Yes. Say, you do have a little pallor, a little gray around the gills.
Yes, well, I've been worried here for a while, Calvin.
No sunshine in there either, is there?
No, none at all.
Yeah, you missed the sunshine in the jail. That's one thing you miss in there.
Yeah. Yes. Well, to what do I owe the visit you're paying me here today?
Well, you've been sprung.
Sprung?
Yes, they set $250 bail for you, and the bail bondsman said you can go.
Yes. Now, there's just one small thing, however, Mr. Backstage. Harry, if I may call you that. And Mrs. Backstage, you're part of this, of course.
Well, don't call me Harry.
No. There is a matter of a retainer if I'm to take care of your legal matters in the case of the trial.
Oh, it sounds like a commercial coming to me.
Yes, I'm afraid it does. How much will the retainer be?
Okay, look, folks. I have to clean this little reception room, please?
Well, you came in at kind of a bad time.
Out.
Well, we can talk outside.
You better. You're not going to talk in here. I got to clean the place.
Well, I'm free to go then, I guess. Yes. Why don't we all go out on the front steps and we can talk about the retainer there?
All right, that's a good idea.
All right.
Let's go out on the front steps.
Just open this door here and we'll be outside. I didn't have any coat when I came in here, did I, Mary? No. Good to be out in the free world again.
Hey, I'm stuck in here. Hey.
Yeah, I believe the jailer has his hand caught in the door there.
Hey.
Well, let me see if I can open it again. Seems to be shut tight. He's in some kind of pain. Maybe this gentleman can help us, sir. Can you help me open the door? Here, I'll help you, Roland. Nobody else will. Yes. Yeah, you all right, my good man?
Oh, boy.
Let me see that.
Me.
Oh, it was Calvin. I thought that was the jailer's hand.
Oh, I thought I was stuck in there.
Well, is it all right, Calvin, now?
Oh, it's much better now. Whew. Boy, that's smart.
Well, you can have some cookies and cocoa when we get home, if the box of cookies has arrived. Anyway, now we can talk about that retainer. Yes. And so Harry is released on bail and prepares to discuss the matter of retainer with Roland Surrogate, his attorney. You want to join us tomorrow when Harry returns to Westchester Furioso, and we'll hear the substitute doorman say,
People don't want to go in to see the show with a criminal in it.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble White. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble White, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, Mary and Harry were summarily dismissed from their Mr. and Mrs. Broadway television show at the conclusion of their Monday morning edition. And now it's the following morning as they sit in the Backstage summer home at Skunk Haven, Long Island, still in a daze over what happened to their...
Well, I really missed not going into the television studio this morning to present Mr. and Mrs. Broadway.
Yes,
Don't you, Harry?
Yes, I do, Mary. Of course, I can't say it wasn't good to sleep a little bit later this morning than usual.
No, and it will be a sizable cut in your income, too.
I can't imagine what that E.G. Barnswell had in mind. He called us in there right after the show, said we were doing so well.
Well, you know, the way these network biggies are.
Oh, then it was like that.
Yes.
They were right out.
They kind of soften you up. They keep looking, you know, they pat you on the back looking for a soft spot to plunge the dagger. That's what they do.
Well, we can only make the best of it. Let's see what they've got in our place on there this morning. Got the set warm
All
up
right.
here. Don't know whether I dare to look or not.
You know, we've had wonderful luck with this color set. We've had this since 1956.
Oh, I know. It's one of the early ones, but a good one.
Top of the morning, everybody.
Why,
This is Cousin Calvin with the Cartoon Club.
Why, it's Calvin L. Hoogerman, Mary.
All brought to you, boys and girls, by Cooperman's Toe Ointment.
He got a show of his own.
Yes,
Kitty's
boys and girls,
cartoon.
when your little toes need ointment, you look for Cooperman's. Ask your mom or your daddy to bring home Cooperman's
And he's sponsored, Mary.
Toe Ointment.
Do you see this?
It's just a thing for your toes when they need ointment.
Cousin Calvin.
Cooperman's. Yes, boys and girls, this is Cousin Calvin's Cartoon Club. Well, let's start the old cartoon going this morning. Oh, look at that. Here they come. See the little pigs and all the little mice.
Mary, can you imagine we've been replaced by
all the little
cartoons
dogs.
like this?
I think it's disgraceful.
Oh, he fell down and broke his crown, didn't he?
Who do the Cooperman's people think they're going to sell toe ointment to among people who watch this?
I have no idea what the demographics on this program would be, but
Well, they must know what they're doing.
Oh, apparently.
I can't watch too much of this, Barry.
Now you see how that little chimpanzee could blow the bugle. And now they're all getting on the boat.
Oh, there's a steamboat pulled up at the wharf there. Barry, this isn't half bad if you spend a little time looking at it.
No, I suppose not.
I think I could watch this every morning.
And look at them run. They're running like 60, being chased by those mean dogs.
And at least, Mary, we still have our Broadway show to go to tonight.
Right, sure. Look at that.
Telephone, Mary, I'll get it. Hello? Yes, this is Harry Backstage.
All right, boys and girls, remember now.
Turn that down a little, Mary, will you, please? It's Wealthy Jacobus Pike.
Yes, what does he want?
He's canceled Westchester Furioso. And so it appears that one bit of bad news seems to fall upon another for the Backstages as they first get used to the fact their television show is canceled and now learn that Westchester Furioso on Broadway is too. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
Good morning, boys and girls.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Let me introduce one of the actors. Of course, Webley Webster portrays Calvin L. Hoogerman. Webb, were you surprised at the turn of events today, you finding yourself as Calvin running a children's cartoon program?
Well, I guess that you could call that a slice of life. It's, I think the author is going for realism now, and I guess that's about it. But, I don't know how he can rationalize a toe ointment sponsor for one of those kid programs. It doesn't make too much sense to me.
Couldn't see that, but apparently they've checked it out and they know that there is an audience there for it.
Apparently, they checked those demographics, is the term they use. Found a lot of kids need toe ointment, obviously. It does strike me funny, however.
Of course, they might figure that the parents of the children watching the show would be there with them and it would reach them, you know.
I just hope that it leads to the character that I portray onto even bigger, greater television successes.
Well, it's only a story. You're not really running a TV show for children.
I know, I understand all that, but I just hope it leads to something bigger for me.
Like what? I mean...
Well, like a special, maybe. Christmas special for kids, something like that.
Well, that's something to think about.
You know.
I suppose.
I like to think ahead like Ed McMahon.
You like to have something going all the time.
Something working all on the back burner all the time.
I know how you feel. It's holiday time in Skunk Haven, and Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin are just settling down in the backstage living room after a delicious dinner prepared by Mary. Their thoughts turn to other times and other holiday seasons as we hear Calvin ruminate.
I remember, though, when I was a youngster, you wouldn't even think of Christmas until Thanksgiving was over and out of the way. But now it seems like they start thinking about it in October.
Mary, we've never taken a vacation at holiday time. I wonder if maybe this would be the year to, well, go south, take a cruise or something.
Yes, acting has always been... It's always been a challenge. Even when I was a young girl, I always thought that acting on the stage would be just the thing for me. I never knew it was such hard work.
I like the wintertime because you could get out on the hills and ski. You could go out on the ponds and skate if you've got your skates sharpened. And then come back to a nice warm cup of cocoa and good cheer around the hearth. One of the most pleasant experiences I've ever had, I think.
Well, of course, there are always those people who had their Christmas presents purchased in July and August, you know, thinking ahead. Well, I don't know. I never could get in the mood for Christmas until, well, at the beginning of December.
They've got some wonderful cruises down through the Caribbean, cruises that allow you to stay on the boat all the time you're away. You use the boat as your hotel. It makes a lot of sense.
Yes, acting school was a great help to me. As I think back now, it helped me, know what to do with my hands when I was on stage. A little thing like that can be so awkward if you're not taught and trained.
Of course, if you don't like hot cocoa, you could have hot cider. That's good, too, with a cinnamon stick in it or something of that sort around the hearth.
But I don't know. Christmas is different than it used to be now anyway. Of course, everything is different. Nothing is the same.
I think I'll look into those cruises on Monday.
I think I might take another acting course, too.
I got to get my skates sharpened.
And I got to check my Christmas list.
So our friends sit discussing happy memories and plans for the future. And you'll want to join us next time when we'll hear Greg Marlowe say,
"Out here in the kitchen, Mary, I'd like to see you for just a minute."
That's in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, we look in on our friends at their summer home in Skunk Haven, Long Island. Mary and Harry home at last after exciting weeks past with Pop Beloved and Calvin L. Hoogerman, their next-door neighbor, discussing the fact that Greg Marlowe has called, saying he has a new Broadway play for them. As we join them,
Well, that's pretty good news. You'll be back on Broadway, and I'll still have my Cousin Calvin Cartoon Club show. And
oh, they're keeping that on, are they, Calvin?
Apparently, I haven't heard anything.
What is that, Calvin? I haven't seen that.
Oh, well, I've replaced Mr. and Mrs. Broadway on TV in the morning at 5 a.m.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I
have.
have.
You had amnesia when they canceled it. Right.
I was going to say, before Harry interrupted me, that, yes, I replaced them with Cousin Calvin's Cartoon Club.
What is that, for grown-ups or kids?
No, it's mostly for kids, but, of course, the grown-ups, if they want to watch, they can.
Well, I'll have to tune it in, Calvin. How do you manage to do 4 hours of television every morning like that?
Well, most of it's cartoons, and then it's nicely spiced with commercials.
Well, you got to have that to pay the bread man, I guess.
You bet. Oh, sure, you have to have the commercials. No doubt about that.
Well, while you're doing that, Calvin, we'll, of course, be looking into this new Broadway show that Greg was going to talk about. Somebody's at the door now, Harry. Well,
I'll get it.
all right, Mary.
Oh, come in.
Oh, hello, Greg.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mr. Marlowe.
Big stuff.
Come right in. Say, we're all excited about that news you gave us over the phone, that you have a new...
Hi, Harry.
Broadway
Hi,
production.
Pop. Hi, Calvin. How are you?
Oh, just fine, Mr. Marlowe.
I have good news. I think we have a new vehicle for you two on Broadway.
Say, what kind of a vehicle, Greg? Is it a musical?
It'll be a musical, and it's a famous old standby. We're going to make a musical out of the famous Robert Louis Stevenson story, Treasure Island.
Hey, that's never been done before, has it?
No, and I think it's going to be a perfect setting for you, Harry, and
I
of course
suppose
for
I'll
you
be
too.
Long John Silver, eh?
That's that? Yes.
I'll be Long John Silver, won't I?
Well, could be, sure. I could stand one of those famous cups of your cocoa, Mary.
Hey, that's a good idea, Greg. I guess
fine.
we all could.
I'll go out in the kitchen and make it.
Yeah.
And I'll go with you, Mary.
Weather's
sure.
got a nip in it today. That hot
Yes.
cocoa could certainly taste good. Really hit the spot.
Yeah, I'll have some too.
We'll all have some, Mary.
Greg, stop.
Well, Pop, it certainly looks as if we'll be back trotting the boards again.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah, it sounds pretty exciting. Maybe I'll have a part in it, too.
No.
Well, and thinking over Treasure Island,
What's
remember.
all the funny stuff out in the kitchen there, Harry?
What's that, Calvin?
What's all the giggling out in the kitchen?
Oh, Mary's just happy over the news that
Stop it, Greg.
we may be in a new Broadway show. Treasure Island, huh? Yeah, that's what he says. And so our friends sit discussing plans for the future.
You want to be here next time when we'll hear Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with Mary, say,
Mary, out here in the kitchen. I want to see you for just a minute.
that's next time in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. In our last episode, Mary and Harry found themselves on the horns of a dilemma. Greg Marlowe wants them for a Broadway show, and Norman Lear wants them for a movie version of Treasure Island. It's sometime later now as we hear Mary, Harry, Pop, Calvin, and Greg discussing what the Backstage's decision will be.
Well, my own opinion, now that we've had this strong taste of winter here in these parts, that maybe we should go to California and do the musical version that Norman Lear wants us to appear in.
It's a mighty tempting prospect, Greg, you'll have to admit.
Well, I certainly do admit it, and I wouldn't stand in your way. I want you to make up your own decision on this now, whether to do the Broadway show or the movie.
Did you
Entirely
say
your decision?
Did you say, Greg, you have someone coming out here to see us?
Yeah, it's a chap named John Simon. He's dabbled in criticisms here and there, but recently he's taken to writing music and performing. And
Say, there's the doorbell now. Maybe that's he.
I'll go get it.
And I thought that maybe he'd come out and
I never
play a
cared
song.
much for his writing myself.
Well, I never read it. To me, it was always, too many words.
Gibberish, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that your friend, Greg?
yes, just go over to the piano, John, and I'll tell you when to go ahead.
Okay.
What are we going to hear, Greg? Is this something to do with the show?
Let me just explain. As you know, the story of Treasure Island concerns itself with the search for and hiding of fortunes,
Yes.
gold pieces.
Sure.
In other words, treasure, Usually gold pieces, doubloons, and so forth.
And this is a song about treasure?
So when I told John Simon about it, he said, why? He says, I can write a song about that. And he sat down in a matter of moments and composed what I think is going to be the song that will sweep the country if we do the Broadway show.
Well, this may force us to change our mind about going to California. Greg, can we hear it?
Well, he's called it, naturally, Gold.
Hey, that's a striking title.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
He provided his own accompaniment?
Yeah, that's a little organ that we have there.
When would this come into play, Greg?
Towards the end of the second act.
We see with glistening eyes.
I've heard it before, so I can come along.
No, please be quiet, Greg. We want to hear every word. Wow.
And do you think this is the showstopper?
Who do you see singing this, Greg? Me? As Long John, or?
Well, I don't know. I haven't, of course, plotted out the whole show yet.
Sure.
I do figure, though, the person who gets to sing this will be the showstopper, no doubt about it.
Well, my tap-tap stopped the last show.
Yes, it really did. But I think this is even going to surpass that.
I don't think I could ever learn this.
Well, no, you don't learn this song.
I don't know whether to give it to Mary or to you, Harry, or
maybe a duet would be good. Something different, kind of. I haven't been able to understand 1 out of 10 words yet.
Did you jot down Norman Lear's number in California?
Yes, I have it right on this piece of paper.
In case we want to call him. See, the play is all about gold.
Well, that part I understand. Greg, do you see people going out of the theater whistling this?
Well, I know I've been humming it all day.
And the wildest storm.
He better go back to writing a critical column.
Go, John.
Sing.
I don't want you to make up your mind right now.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, let me hear a little more. Would it be this long in the show, Greg?
Oh, I wouldn't change a note. No, not a note. It's beautiful.
Gold for the flame of time.
Maybe you should sing it, Greg.
No.
Yours the gold.
I think I'll go out in the kitchen and make some cocoa.
Burning mine.
Yes.
Gold from the fire sublime.
I think it's about over now.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, John Simon. What do you think of it, folks? What do you think of it, Backstages?
Mary, do you want to place the call to
How about,
Norman Lear?
How about you, Calvin? What do you think of it?
Mary, here's the number in Hollywood.
All right. Operator, I'd like to talk to Norman Lear at this number.
And so it appears that Mary and Harry have made their decision that they'll be off to Hollywood for a motion picture. And you'll want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
And be sure and have the mover come by to pick up that organ, John.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's shortly after yesterday's episode now. Mary and Harry have decided to accept Norman Lear's offer to star in a motion picture version, a musical of Treasure Island. And they're preparing to call Mr. Lear on the coast as we join them at the summer home in Skunk Haven. We hear Mary say...
All right, why don't you call and tell Mr. Lear that we've decided to make the movie, because I just don't think I could stand to sing gold.
Well, that certainly won't pop up in the movie, Mary, I'm sure. Let's see, I have to dial O first,
Yes,
right?
if you're going to make it person-to-person.
Well, I think I'd better. Where's that phone number?
There it is.
Now, everybody's ready. Calvin, you ready to go and pop?
Yeah, I'm all set to go.
All right.
Do we have to do it in California, will we?
Oh, I think so. I don't know where they're going to film it. He didn't give us that information last time we talked to him. And there we are. It's amazing how fast a long-distance call goes through these days. I can hear it ringing already. Probably his secretary will answer, and maybe even a couple of secretaries will have to go through before we get to Norman. 2 rings. I hope he's in.
Hello, this is Norman Lear. I always answer my own phone.
Hey, what a nice guy. Did you hear that, Mary? He answered the phone himself.
Oh, he's a wonderful person.
And Norman, this is Harry Backstage.
Oh, say, I was just thinking of you wonderful people. I was sitting here looking out the window and wondering what decision you'd made regarding the movie version of
Treasure Island.
I was going to
Yes.
ask myself.
I can. Well, you have so many things going on, Norman.
Well, of course, I have the bunkers going and Maud and Sanford and Son.
I know.
Really busy.
Right.
And just counting money keeps me occupied half the day.
I can imagine. I wish I were in your shoes, Norman.
I'm wearing a pair of brown and white loafers.
Oh, it's great living out there, I
Well,
know.
it is. You know, it's patio living out here in California. You know, we live out in the backyard and the barbecue and around the pool.
Yeah, you have to dress that way.
Yeah, well, we have these flowery shirts. and
Sure.
everything.
That's the way Mr. Nat was dressed when he came back.
I've affected a huge mustache since I've seen you people last.
Yes,
you know.
Mr. Nat grew one of those, too.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Was he out here in California?
he was. He's back now.
Uh-huh.
He's discarded the color, the bright shirts, and the casualness. He's a little more businesslike now.
Yeah.
Well, Norman, you're probably wondering about whether we've made the decision.
Yes, I was saying, I was wondering what your decision was.
Gee, I can't get over. He answered the phone himself.
Just a second, Carol.
Carol or Con just come in the office.
Oh, say hello to Carol for Mary and me.
The Backstagers say hello and they enjoy your show.
I didn't say that. I said say hello.
You do. Everybody does.
Yes, of course I do, Norman. Just joking.
Yeah.
Well, we have decided to star in your movie version of the musical Treasure Island.
What's that?
Yes, we've decided.
You're going to do it?
Yes.
Fine.
Tell Carol O'Connor there, will you?
I will. They're going to do the story. What is it?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, Carol. They decided to do it. Oh. Yeah. We're going to do a lot of interior shots here in Hollywood.
Oh, that'll be good.
And then we're going to do some location shots, most of the exteriors in Hawaii.
Oh, boy. Well, when do you want us out there,
We'd
Norman?
like you out here December 27th in makeup at 7 o'clock.
The 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
In makeup.
Yeah.
2
Don't
days
forget to
after.
bring Calvin Hoogerman with you and Pop.
Right.
I got a place for them in the movie.
How about Akbar Mai Tai?
Yes, bring him out too.
Okay,
Everybody.
Norman, it'll be great to see you.
Great.
Say hello to Red and...
I will.
and
Red is here too.
Carol.
Right.
And all the rest.
You bet. And Maud?
And Maud, too.
Sure. Okay.
Good to talk to you again.
Listen, it's always a joy, and I'm just delighted you'll make the movie. I think it will be worth your while, and I think we'll all be happy with
Going to
it.
be our pleasure, believe me.
You bet.
Thank you,
It's going to
Norman.
be, hello.
Hello.
Do you think I should film it in color or what?
Oh, I think today you must, yes.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
It's always good to talk to you.
Yeah, same
Bye-bye.
here. It's our pleasure. Well, it's all set, Mary.
What did he say?
We're to be in Hollywood at 7 o'clock on the 27th to start shooting the musical Treasure Island.
Oh, how wonderful. Oi, look, the time. You know what's on the TV now?
No.
The Komodo Dragon Show.
right.
Turn it on.
Oh, I hope we haven't missed it.
Oh, say, I'm going to go home and tell Mother me that I'm going to go to California.
Yes.
There it is it warming up the TV?
Takes a little while. It's an old tube.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm certainly excited. I don't think I could pay much attention to the Whooping Crane show.
Oh, I hope I don't miss it. It's one of my favorite shows.
Norman didn't say what part you'd be playing.
And they raised
Carol.
young
There it
in
is.
1957.
There it
This
is.
is the first time that these birds have raised young in captivity.
That is a good
How many
show.
whooping cranes were there in the old days?
Well, I mentioned before that there were 14 birds in 1938.
Well, in the, let's say 25 or 30 years ago, how many were there?
Well, I'm afraid that nobody would be able to tell you how many
You know,
birds
this
there
show
were.
has
There
everything.
were not more than
Humor,
1,400 birds at any
human
time
interest,
in the history
and
of
that dull curtain that these two fellows
Only
sit in front of.
1,400. And
Quite
they
educational.
came awful close to being extinct.
Yeah.
Isn't it against the law to shoot these birds?
It's against the law to shoot the birds. It's against the law to molest them during nesting.
Anybody want cocoa? And so, as they watch the Whooping Crane show on television, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin discuss the trip ahead of them to Hollywood. You want to be here tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
The mother of me says I can go all right.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's early evening at the Backstage summer home in Skunk Haven, Long Island, where the excitement of their coming trip to Hollywood and the making of a motion picture for Norman Lear still ranks as #1 topic of conversation. And we hear Mary say,
Well, we'll have to have our Christmas early on the 25th and then maybe fly out the Christmas night to California.
I guess we'll have to if we can get a reservation, Mary. I wouldn't like to leave it until the day before we're due on the set.
Well, we'll check that, I'm sure. I don't think we'll go to the airport without reservations.
No, there's no shuttle between here and there, of course. I'll have to go in town to to my room and pick up my suitcase and all of my clothes.
I'm pretty well packed. I travel light. I'm going to bring 2 shirts and some socks, and that's about it.
How's the weather in Hollywood this time of year?
I suppose it's much like this, isn't it?
No, it's
a little warmer.
It's a little warmer out there, sure.
They do have a little bit of fog and rain occasionally.
Not too much.
Not a great deal,
No.
a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder how long it'll take to film this picture, Mary. If he's planning to take us out to Hawaii for the location shots, could be some time.
I have no idea. Maybe, should we call and find out?
I think we should. There are a lot of questions that I didn't think to ask
Well, look,
yesterday.
so we won't waste time and money. Why don't we make a list of things we want to ask him about, you see?
All right, that would take time. We want to ask him about how long we'll be out there and all. And you want to ask him who's paying the expenses. Yes.
Expenses.
How
and,
long?
Where we'll stay, accommodations.
That's right. I hadn't even thought of that. I halfway thought we'd be staying at Norman's house, but I guess he didn't invite us.
Well, we can ask him if that's what he wants.
Well, I don't think we'd better do that, Mary.
Why not? He seemed like a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah, but there'd be 4 of us dropping in on him. That's kind of...
Yeah, I suppose it is. I don't have any relatives out on the West Coast. None that I can think of.
Have you ever been out there before, Calvin?
No. The furthest west I've ever been was Whippany, New Jersey.
Well, you've got a big excitement coming to you.
Yeah,
a chance to get down to Disneyland, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
I remember one time an uncle of mine drove to the West Coast, and I remember we asked him how he went. He said, over the George Washington Bridge.
And then turned left.
He had a great sense of humor. Uncle Ralph. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Those were the good old
I'm
days.
going to dial now. It's lucky yesterday that Norman just happened to be there and picked the phone up himself. And that one. How long we're going to be there? Who's handling all of the expenses? Where we're going to stay? Will he make the arrangements? Oh, there are many things we forgot to ask yesterday.
Hello, this is Norman Lear. I always answer my own phone. I'm an awfully nice guy that way.
Norman, Harry Backstage here.
Oh, hi, Harry.
How are you, Norm?
You have no idea how great it is to hear your voice.
Well, it's certainly good to hear you again. We're awfully excited about our forthcoming trip out there.
I was just thinking about you chaps before the phone rang. There's a lot of questions you probably have in your mind you'd like to ask.
Yes,
I can probably answer them for you.
All right. Well, we wondered how long we'd plan to have to be out there to make this movie, including the trip to Hawaii.
Well, we plan to do the interior shots here in Hollywood, and that should take about, with any luck, 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
And then we'll do all the location shots, the exteriors, out in Hawaii. And we plan to be there for 6 weeks. So you can plan like 10 or 12 weeks. We should have it all done. And then any reshooting we can do back in Hollywood.
Well, that'll take us right through the next rating period.
Sure.
Norman, another thing, who's going to take care of the expenses?
Wow, that's a very good question. You mean,
Yes,
you work for a set fee on this movie.
Yes, but I mean our airplane
Oh, well, we'll take care of all that.
Oh, and you'll make arrangements at a hotel, or do you want us to stay at your house,
No, I'm
Norman?
talking to Carol O'Connor. He said you can stay at his house.
Oh.
He's planning to travel, and he said he can rent his house to you.
Swell. That'd be wonderful.
Now you can stay at Bobby Reiner's place.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, we'll work that out when we get there, then.
Why not?
That about answers everything, Norman.
Have any other questions? I'm right here almost all the time answering the phone.
And counting your money. How's the weather this time of year out there?
Well, we got through a comparative heat wave recently. It was up in the 80s
Is that
just
right?
last week. Yeah. Yeah, you had quite a nice storm back east.
Yes, we did, but it's a lot of it's melted today because we've had some rain, and the temperature is 47 right now.
That's so.
Yeah.
I wonder how my native Hartford suffered.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, they got a pretty bad part of the storm, I guess.
So.
Look, I won't hold you up any
Look,
longer.
just remember now, on the 26th, I'd like you in makeup at 7 o'clock.
You said the 27th yesterday.
Wait a minute, let me check my calendar. You're right.
You're so busy, Norm. I know. These things can't...
Well, you know, answering the phone myself is quite a project.
I know it is. And counting that money.
Yes. So, the 27th then, in makeup at 7 o'clock, and we'll be on the set at 7:15. The camera should roll at 7:20.
All right, Norman Lear. We'll be there. You can be sure of that. And we'll let you know by wire what time we're arriving on the 26th.
Well.
Okay,
Gonna
Norm.
have a turkey or a goose for Christmas?
Well, we haven't decided yet. We've just had the trip out there to think about so far.
Wonderful. It's always a joy talking to you.
Thank you, Norman. Bye.
Oh, goodbye.
And so, the Backstages get the information they needed, and now we'll plan for Christmas and then their trip west.
You want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
And then we have to take a bus to the coast?
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's Christmas Eve in Skunk Haven, Long Island, as Mary and Harry Backstage welcome many of their family and old friends to their summer home, and Mary prepares the gala dinner which they'll serve tomorrow. And as we join them, we hear Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with Mary.
Well, that looks like a very festive board you're going to have here at the Backstages.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes, it
Mary.
is. Yeah.
Has Calvin come over from next door yet?
He's in the living room. He was in by the tree. He was adding some icicles.
Oh, that's good. That's a beautiful tree, too, isn't it? It's quite a rush the way we got it put up.
Awfully nice. Now then, let's see.
Too bad we won't be enjoying it for longer than just tomorrow, huh?
When do you leave?
Tomorrow night, Greg.
I've made arrangements to be on that flight, too.
Oh,
I'm
good.
waiting for the phone call from the travel agent to make sure that it's confirmed.
Good evening, Mr. Marlowe, Barry, Harry.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Bob.
Yeah.
Have you seen Calvin yet? Did he get here from next door?
He's in the living room. He was adding icicles to the tree.
Oh, well, I came in the back way. I'll go in and say hello to him.
Fine. Yes, you wouldn't want to go to the airport without confirmed reservations at this time of the year.
No, there'll be a lot of people traveling tomorrow night, and we've got to be there to have a day's rest before we're on the set on Thursday, the 27th at 7 in the morning.
Let's think of that. All right. Mary, shall we go to the living room and take a look at the tree?
Fine, why not? Yes, come right this way, Greg.
Okay.
Right through here. There, isn't that a beauty?
Oh, that is some tree. Hello, Calvin.
Hello, Calvin.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Mr. Marlowe.
Merry Christmas, Calvin.
Yes.
Well, Merry Christmas, Calvin. Oh, hello, Akbar.
You know, Pop, beloved, Merry Christmas to you. And Mr. Marlowe.
Merry Christmas to you, Akbar. Are you going to the coast, too, are you?
Yes, he wants me in that picture.
What part do you suppose you'll be playing in it? This, what's it, the musical of Treasure Island?
Treasure Island, yes. Well, I don't know, but he said he definitely wanted to feature Akbar Mai Tai. And maybe I'll be a Hawaiian.
I think I'll go make some cocoa.
Well, that's a good idea, Mary. On a cold night like this, we could certainly all enjoy some. Well, Calvin.
Oh, I'd love some cocoa. Are you going to go out and help make it, Harry?
No, I think Mary can handle it herself, Calvin. I'm just going to sit here and relax. I've been kind of busy helping to decorate the tree. Mary's put in an awful lot of time on that dinner she's going to serve tomorrow.
Yeah. Look at all the gifts under the tree. Why?
When you opening the gifts, Harry, tomorrow morning?
Yes, I think so. Where's Harry Jr., Calvin? Have you seen him?
I think he's upstairs. He's working with his hi-fi set.
Oh, yes. Well, he got that. I gave it to him a little bit early so he could have some fun with it. He's not going to the coast with us, though, is he?
What's that?
Mary, Harry Jr. isn't going to the coast with us, is he?
What?
Mary?
Yes.
Is Harry Jr. going to the coast with us?
No.
Well, he's going to stay here and keep the whole fires burning, I guess. Yes, I guess he is. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's too bad. It'll be a nice trip for the boy.
Harry?
Yes, Calvin?
You go out to the kitchen and get me something.
Well, you can go out and get some cocoa, Calvin.
Just get me everything. I want to stay here and decorate the tree.
Oh, it's just too comfortable here in this easy, floppy chair that's my favorite.
Well, I think maybe it would be wise if you did go out to the kitchen, Harry.
Why do you say that, Akbar?
Well, it's just that...
Oh, here's the cocoa.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I'll take a cup here, thank you.
I don't want any, thank you.
Oh, what's come over you, Calvin?
I just don't feel like having any cocoa.
kind of snippy here. That's not the true Christmas spirit.
Look at the tree, drink cocoa. Why, what's the matter?
Yeah,
I just don't want any, that's all. I don't want any cocoa.
See, he wanted Harry to go out to the kitchen when you were out there making the cocoa, and Harry Harry didn't go.
Why don't you dry up, huh?
What did I say wrong?
Why don't you just dry up? Let's have a Merry Christmas here this year.
Yes.
Let's not have any squabbles or fights or anything.
Want me to put some Christmas music on the turntable?
Would you do that, Freddy?
Yes, I would, Calvin.
Good. Thank you very much.
I'd like to hear the dogs sing.
I love that. Where they hear
Jingle
those
bells.
The dog go whoop 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 whoop. It's
Hey,
so
that's
good.
pretty good, Calvin.
How
You
do
could
they-
join right in with them.
How do they teach the dogs to do that, you suppose?
Oh, they get a lot of different ones, and it's by means of tape, I guess. They can do. You'll see them do things like that when we go to the coast for
When do you
Norman
open
Ayers
your
movie.
gifts at this house? Christmas Eve?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, Christmas Day?
That's right.
Yes, that's what we do traditionally here. Some people open up Christmas Eve, but we don't.
And, of course, you're all invited to be by here for dinner about the middle of the afternoon. There, how's that? Yep.
You know, I don't understand how grown people could appreciate this Christmas Eve. You know?
Well, it's quite a different sounding Christmas.
to
So why
have
don't you sing
dogs.
along, Calvin? Sing right along.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Woof, woof. I throw in a woof, woof.
It's awfully cute.
Well, no, really, how can you? Why don't you put on a Christmas carol or something, eh? Well, it's the one they want. Play what they want. Their house.
It's their phonograph, too, Mr. Marlowe, and their records.
I understand.
Well, come on, let's not get into any bickering over what kind of records we play. Play whatever you want. You have any requests, Greg?
I have none, no. Except maybe another cup of cocoa.
Mary, would you fix Greg another cup of cocoa, please?
Yeah, I'll go with you, Mary.
Yes, do that, Greg. It'll save her carrying it in here.
Oh, hey. Oh. Uh-oh. Somebody ran their finger right across the needle.
I'm afraid it was me, Mr. Backstage.
I forgot that that was the phonograph.
Hey, look. Outside, coming up the driveway.
What is it, Calvin?
You'll never guess.
And so the excitement mounts at the Backstage home as Christmas draws nearer and nearer. And you want to join us tomorrow when they celebrate the big day, and we'll hear Mary say,
Why, it's Gift America.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word card speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. And today we journey to Skunk Haven to spend Christmas with the Backstagers, Mary, Harry, their next-door neighbor Calvin, and pop-beloved stage doorman. It's shortly before dinner time now, and we hear Mary say,
Well, I think we should open some of our gifts, don't you?
well, I guess we should, Mary.
Yeah.
All piled under the tree here. Calvin's here. Pop's here.
Well, I'm going to open this one. This is to Harry and Mary Backstage.
I bet I know what that is.
From Calvin Hoogavan.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's open it up.
What'd you get us, Calvin?
Oh, where'd you see it?
Oh, it's that lovely ear spoon.
And look at that monogram on there. B.
A large Old English B, so that we'll know our ear spoon when we see it.
You were just making believe when you said you were going to have the initial T on there.
Let's open this.
Oh, this is for me, isn't it? Let's see.
Yes, good things come in small packages, Calvin.
Yes, sir. To Calvin from Pop, it says, oh, look at that.
Pop 11. It's
10 gift coupons to the Skunk Haven Barber Shop.
right. You could use those. That'll last you for maybe 5 years, Calvin. Here's one from us, Calvin.
This is for Pop.
Oh. Hey, a new pair of suspenders.
Oh,
Bright red ones.
those are nice. And they're the kind I like, too. They say police right on them.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Open that one from Harry and Larry, that little one there. Yes, that's something you might need. Not during the wintertime, I guess. How do you like it?
This bicycle club?
Yes.
I haven't had one of these in years.
Keeps
Thank
the
you very
trousers
much.
out of the sprockets, you know.
Yes, it does. They're very good to have. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I like the way the baked enamel is so baked on.
Oh,
too.
yes. I'd like to give those to all of my friends who ride bicycles, but it just would be too expensive.
And let's see, here's one here I have from Greg Marlowe. Let's see.
Wonder what Greg sent you, Barry. Well, we'll soon know.
Oh, I've always wanted one of these Swiss Army knives.
A Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, look, it has everything. It has a scissors,
bottle opener,
fish scaler, screwdriver.
They've thought of everything, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think there's an ear spoon there, too.
My goodness, I believe you're right. That's 2 ear spoons. Amazing. Well, are we going to play any music in the background?
Well, sure, we can. Let me see what's on the photograph here.
I brought over my record album. I thought you'd be playing.
What's this singing grandmother?
Yeah, you'll like it.
All
sure.
right.
Well, is that all the gifts or what?
Yes, I think we've gone through them. Just think that we'll be heading out to California later tonight.
This is some Christmas we're having. Did you like the dinner?
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like...
Are we all packed, Mary?
Wait a minute, listen. Aren't they grand?
Never heard of them before, but they're
Singing grandmothers.
pretty melodic.
This is a record of the mother of me.
Oh,
She owns it.
she does.
Yeah.
Did the airport call about our reservations, Mary?
No, I haven't heard. I've been waiting for their call. I hope we get it any moment. I sure do. I don't want to go by bus.
No, well, we won't have to
We
go
couldn't
by
make it out there in time. We went by bus.
No, we couldn't.
Can we open up all the gifts? You sure there's nothing up?
Oh,
telephone!
At the airport now, I'll bet. I'll get it. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Norman Lear here.
Oh, Norman.
I place my calls direct. I'm a nice guy like that.
Say, Norman, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. You can't imagine how excited we are to be leaving tonight for Hollywood.
Well, that's what we called for. I say, I'm talking about Carol and everybody here in the office.
Sure. Maud.
Yeah, right. They wish you all the best for Christmas. Did you have a nice...
Yes, we certainly did. We want to wish you the same thing. Yes, we did. We just opened our presents a few moments ago.
Did you have to list some of the presents over the phone?
Well, we got a monogrammed ear spoon from Calvin.
What?
A monogrammed ear spoon. There, we got a Swiss Army knife. Pop had a new pair of suspenders. when you and we gave Calvin a new bicycle clip.
Well, don't forget, I also got a book of 10 coupons, gift coupons for the barbershop.
That was from me, tell him. The 10 gift coupons to the barbershop were from Pop to Calvin.
You folks really know how to satisfy one another, I guess.
Sound like you're having a good time there in Hollywood, Norman.
Yeah, well, we exchange classier gifts out here, I think.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Say, we'll be leaving tonight.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you tomorrow, first thing.
Very good. Now, you've got your reservations on the airplane?
Well, we're waiting to hear from the airline, but I'm sure they're all set.
Well, listen, if I can help you in any way by using my influence, be sure and let me know, because just a call for me and I could have the whole thing turned around for you.
Well, if we run into any trouble, we'll certainly call you, Norm. Say hello to everybody, Carol, Maud, Red.
Hello to Carol and
Red,
Maud, and the whole gang here at the office.
Right. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, then.
Right.
Bye. Everybody here sends their best.
Merry Christmas again.
And the same to you, Norman Lear.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nears an end, Backstages prepare for a new adventure, leaving for Hollywood. You'll want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear the flight attendant say,
"Welcome aboard Flight Crossing."
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Car speaking.